Hi everybody. I just wanted to talk a little bit about critical thinking skills in this class and how that works. You'll notice that the grading rubrics say that you need to analyze and synthesize the information. However, as you read through the discussion information and the paper essay instructions, you'll see that a lot of this has to do with for personal information. And so where students get confused is they think that all that's required is for them to write down their personal observations. But that's really just a starting point in academia. And you'll see that the only thing that separates yourself from your teachers and your classes is really the higher critical thinking level skills that they've been exposed to and practiced, cultivated over a long period of time. So if you can understand the nature and the importance of growing your critical thinking skills, then you'll be successful in all of your classes. And this also translates, of course, to your personal life and your workplace life. It's essential then to be able to understand what it means to grow your critical thinking skills. There are 4 key areas of critical thinking, and that's summarizing is the first one. You need to be able to summarize your own personal observations and also the material that we're reading. Now, a summary doesn't contain any of your own personal reflections, whether you agree or disagree. It's just a restatement of the information that you in the material. So that's the first step. And when you summarize, you do need to have an in-text citation. Most students think that they only need an in-text citation and a reference if they're directly quoting from the text, but that's incorrect. You need citations, both in text and an end reference, if you're summarizing, discussing other people's ideas, paraphrasing, and quoting. So you'll need the citations for all of those things, not just quotations. Now, the next step in critical thinking is analyzing information. And that is the part where you get to move on from perhaps the quote you've just cited in your summary and analyze what the author is really saying. You're going to state whether you agree or disagree and why. And that is a great place to begin demonstrating your level of critical thinking. And the more analysis you can do, and the more you can demonstrate your understanding, agreements, disagreements, the problems that the author is encountering in their writing, some of the issues that you see, that is going to raise your level of critical thinking and help you to take the material deeper, and also demonstrate to your teachers what level of critical thinking you're currently at. So you're going to get a grade based on your analytic skills. Now, the third level of critical thinking is synthesis. So now that you've summarized and analyzed the material that we're reading and coordinated that with your thinking and your agreement and disagreement, you're going to want to be able to bring that out into the scholarly discussion. Synthesize your personal observations. In other words, you're going to want to link what you've experienced personally, what you've just analyzed about what the author has said, to the wider conversation at hand. And so this is where you have the opportunity to think about the big picture and talk how other research fits in here. And so maybe you would draw on some of the articles that are posted in the discussion area, or maybe some things that you come across in your own reading in Google. So the idea with synthesis is the linking point, the link between your own observations, the material that we're reading, and the larger scope of what we see in the world, what other authors have said about this information, the research, the scholarly material. And so you're going to be graded on how well you can create these links. And the fourth step of critical thinking is evaluation. Now, here's where you want to draw everything together that you've learned. You want to evaluate and determine what the conclusions are from what you've discussed. So this would be a short summary and evaluation of first your personal observations, the analysis that you did, and then how you synthesized it or created the big picture, how the information fit into the big picture. So that's your final evaluation point. So if you look back at all the grading rubrics that you've had in each of your classes, this is what they're asking you to demonstrate in order to take your thinking deeper. You want to look at the assumptions that the author's making. You want to ask questions. You want to mark up your text, and you want to make notes, and you want to deepen your own thinking. And so this is really what professors are looking for when they're grading your essays and when they're grading your discussions. This can help you to get an A on all of your assignments. So please let me know if you have any questions about the nature of critical thinking and how it fits into your academic work.